Well, no matter the sport, getting your kids to break a sweat, build their muscles, and enjoy athletics is an important part of a fun, fulfilling childhood. But just as important is keeping them healthy and safe. In fact, the American Academy of Pediatrics reports that every year, get this, more than 3.5 million sports-related injuries happen that require medical treatment in children younger than 15 years old. That's why this morning, as part of our ongoing My Parenting series, we've invited respected pediatrician, author, sports medicine expert, and doctor to Olympic athletes, Dr. Paul Stricker, to the show this morning. He is here to help parents understand how we can encourage our kids to get in the game safely. Good morning to you, Dr. Stricker.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Good to see you, near and dear to my heart, because I've got a 10-year-old who just started football, so I may be asking you a lot of questions off camera. But on camera, let's start with the basics for parents who do want to introduce their kids to sports and make the most of the experience. What do they need to know?
Well, I'd like to start out with 5 tips for most of the parents that I deal with. It's making sure that your child is having fun, understanding that there's sports skill development milestones, mixing it up with lots of activities, don't pressure your child, and give them the best nutrition possible for their best performance. Because kids really, really want to have fun.
But how do you know that your child is getting all the benefits out of playing sports?
You want to make sure they're having fun, like I mentioned, because that's a big revealing thing that they're going to have benefit.
So it should be fun for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It needs to be fun. That's what's going to keep them returning. But overall, you also have to understand that to maximize their potential, there's that developmental sequences that happen just like with infants. They have milestones for sports. And it's a combination of your physical abilities, your visual skills, your physiology, and the psychology, and they're all mixed together to help them work well.
Let's circle back to football.
Yeah.
Listen, he just started playing this year, and when I look at the parents, I'm like, you need to be out on the field. I mean, there's so much pressure sometimes to get these kids to perform. How do you encourage your kids and keep them engaged in sports because they want to be there?
Right. Keeping them engaged is all about how they are having fun themselves, so you have to pay attention to what they like and what their friends are doing. Keeping them encouraged, though, is by supporting them wholeheartedly and not suffocating them, because they don't need any more pressure. And we just want to make sure that this avoids unrealistic expectations and really avoid that early specialization, that push to really get them in too young, too soon.
How important is nutrition in all of this?
Oh, nutrition is incredibly important. I don't know that there's anything more important because these kids are so pressured. They're wanting to try anything just to help them perform better, even if it's dangerous for them. And we all know that kids aren't getting enough fruits and vegetables and healthy nutrition, so I have to remind your viewers that French fries don't count.
Darn, French fries don't count. Okay, so I know you're a big advocate of fruits and veggies. How can you use fruits and veggies properly as fuel in sports?
It's how we view them. If you see it as just food on a plate, that's calories, then that's not going to get you very far. But if you see them as what they really do, which is they provide the calories for fuel with all those good carbohydrates, but then they also provide those carbohydrates for recovery, for those muscles that need it afterwards, get it in 30 minutes after exercise with a little protein. And then thirdly, they provide thousands of antioxidants, which aren't calories or carbohydrates, and those provide all the protection from tissue breakdown and immune stress and oxidative stress.
All right, so you talked about French fries probably not being the best choice, but you know, listen, we live in these hectic kind of fast food fuel times. Parents are busy, they have so much going on. How do you suggest that children really do get that solid daily foundation every day?
It starts with eating the real thing, making sure that there's ample opportunity to have as many fruits and vegetables as possible and filling that plate half full. But it also comes about the fact that we realize that's not always possible and that we know how difficult that can be. So about 9 years ago, my nurse told me about something called Juice Plus. And it's, I thought, oh, it's a supplement, but she informed me that it's not. And as an Olympic physician and a college team physician, I thought, okay, I'm aware of supplements. And it intrigued me because it's not a supplement. It's truly 15 fruits and vegetables and 2 grains in a capsule or a chewable. And the families that I deal with just absolutely love it.
And I have to tell you, I've tried it, and it really is a great thing, especially the chewable. I probably eat more than I should, because they do. They taste great, and it's great because kids are very, very, very drawn toward them. They love them. But you seem to be a really ardent supporter of Juice Plus. Tell me why. Is there something else going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, you bet I am a supporter because of the fact that it's got extensive clinical research behind it, and for many years. And it just shows how effective it is and proves the benefit of our fruits and vegetables by increasing the level of antioxidants in your system and reducing oxidative stress, protecting your immune system, and getting cardiovascular wellness. I think it's really important too, because in these days where people are always trying to find that edge for better performance and to fill their nutritional deficits, it just is my philosophy that if you have a fruit and vegetable deficit, you replace that with the nutrition of fruits and vegetables, which exactly is what Juice Plus provides.
Wonderful. Well, it was so great to meet you. Thank you so much for all the great information.
Thanks.
And stick around, because I do have some questions for you after the scene.
Okay.
About my son in football. But it
No
was
problem.
great to meet you. Looking forward to talking with you again.
Yeah.
And of course, you can find out more tips for the young athletes in your life in Dr. Stricker's book. It's called Sports Success RX, published by the American Academy of Pediatrics. And you can learn more about Juice Plus at juiceplus.com.